Hi guys, Squirrel here, welcome back to the farm. This is episode 2 of my Let's Play. And this one is also a sponsored video. This will be the second and last sponsored video that I mentioned the first one. I am going to carry on doing a Let's Play, but I was asked to make some videos. And so I have to disclose that I am. That's the law, that's the way it is. And I abide by the law, as I hope you do. And what we're up to here is we've just finished fertilizing that into its second stage. And we've now got, over here, a field which is in a bit of a quandary because this bit here has been, is now in its growth phase, and this bit here has just been seeded. So, annoyingly, we've kind of got things in a bit of a pickle. But what we can do is we can try and get this guy to fertilize the rest of this so we can go and do something else, because I think the other guy who was cultivating is probably coming up to the end. I need to go a bit further back, I think. So we'll try and line this one up. Like so. And we'll hire a worker. Let's see if we can do that. We need to get out of his way. There you go. Helper J is blocked because we was in the way. And hopefully we should see a colour difference. There. We have a look at the overhead. If we go to the soil composition... We can't see it yet, but you can just about make out it's starting to go a slightly darker blue there. I don't think he'll be able to fertilise that bit because that needs to move on to its next growth stage. It's already got stage 1 fertilisation. This guy, I think, is nearly finished. He's just doing his last bit. Definitely when you've got seeders like that are only that size, definitely useful to have workers do it for you because it does take quite a bit of time to do it. It's a bit different later on when you get the massive width ones, but then again, when you start getting massive fields, you know, it's going to take a long time again. So we'll just wait for him to finish, and then we'll probably go and do another quick job, because the last one we did paid an awful lot of money. Let's see if that's the end for him, or is he actually going to do another run? Because if he is, he's going to get stuck by this thing. I think he's going to get stuck. We may have to finish this off for him. In fact, we could just do that, couldn't we? There he goes. No, I think he's alright. Oh no, he's stuck. There he goes. He's stuck. Right, we'll cancel that. We'll put it down. Turn it on. And we'll just finish it off for him. It's only a tiny bit anyway. Now you can see this is out of fertilizer, which means this very strip here is probably not going to be fertilized. So what I'm going to have to do is go and buy some more fertilizer or go and load up down there, because I think we've got some down here. So we'll turn that off. Because over here we should have some fertilizer, hopefully. Now, one thing we could do is, if you look at the state of our vehicles, they're all very dirty. I mean, that's a good thing because it means, you know, they're busy, right? Does this fill up? Refill the sower. Actually, maybe we need a different... No, that's not fit. I think it might be a different one. Let me just have a look at the buy screen. What's this? Solid fertilizer, big bag. Liquid fertilizer tank. That's what he's got. He's got a solid fertilizer. Is it a different button? So there's the solid fertilizer there. So R to refill the sower should just work. There we go. Whoops. There we go. So the blue one is the solid fertilizer, the green one is the seed, and then on the left is a liquid fertilizer. That's filled him up nicely. Yeah, so your vehicles get dirty. It doesn't make any practical difference, but what you can do is you can buy yourself a jet wash if you can find it. Under placeables, there is a 4.5 grand jet wash, which is a lot of money, but I kind of feel like we should have one. Now, if we consider that the vehicles are going to be, or the equipment's going to be here, that's going to be storage over there. This is going to get a lot of traffic coming through it, so I think we could probably put one like here. That's going to cost us 4.5 grand, but we're going to have to keep our equipment clean somehow. Turn the engine off so we don't burn fuel. Press the R key. It helps if you aim at the logo. The way this works best is if you aim at the logo, it cleans a lot faster than you just kind of do this. It's a bit hit and miss. You can, of course, just do this, but just giving you a tip. Oh, we can actually see it's a New Holland. Same on the back here. We can jet wash this. There's a bit more muck on there, actually. There we go. And it just makes everything look a bit brighter. You know, if you're being a good little farmer, then you should be out on the field, sowing or whatever, come back, and then clean your machines before you put them away. Just like any worker, really. Clean your equipment before you put it away. Get all the muck off it. But in this game, it doesn't make any practical difference. It doesn't really model it in that way. As your machinery does get older, it will start to cost more money, but it doesn't take into account how clean or dirty it was. Right, he's now finished doing that, so we'll turn the engine off, and there should be this one. He's now finished doing his... Okay, so why did he stop exactly? 1 second. I'm not exactly sure. I know why he stopped. So he stopped because the computers realised that this can't be fertilised yet. This has already been done. So it's actually automatically stopped, which is pretty good. This guy, on the other hand, the cultivator, he is now done. There's nothing more for him to do, so we're going to move him. Give him a quick jet wash and put him away, because there's no more cultivating or seeding to be done now. Because we've only got 3 fields, and all of them are in a state of growth. Now what this means is this machinery, it does cost you money to have, and it's not doing anything, it's not working anywhere. There's no real way around that. We just need to have more fields, and of course buying the field, as you see, costs a lot of money. I mean, that field that we worked last time was $700,000. It sure is a lot of money right now. I'll just jet wash that. You will get your money's worth out of a jet wash if you want to keep your equipment clean. I know it's 4.5 grand, but you will use it. There is no other way of cleaning. There's no kind of bucket and sponge option. It's that or nothing. So the other thing to do as well is you could go and refill before you put them back, but if you're always hiring workers anyway, you don't necessarily need to do that because they'll fill up automatically. So we'll lower that down. Attach that. Bring him over here. Engine off. Yep, so he's done. We can't do anything about the spraying until that bit is finished. We don't own any of the fields. What we could do is have a quick look and see... let's go and have a look at field 19 and see how much it would cost to buy. So we know roughly what we're aiming at. Let's get in the pickup. There is a field just behind us here, which is quite a small field. Field 19. This one. Maybe this would be a nice first thing to buy, but let's see what we're looking at. I reckon we're looking at a couple of $100 grand here. Oh, 46. That's not too bad, actually. He's got a mission, which will pay 1,900. It's not much, to be honest. What was his mission again? Fertilize. He wants us to fertilize his field for him. So that's 46 grand, which is not unreachable considering the job I did. I got paid 39. Well, I got double that, didn't I? I got an actual load for it because I did it in time as well. This is the one I was interested in looking at. I want to see what this is. Fertilize for me. What does he want? He's got quite a big machine. Look at that. He's going to pay 3,700, which is not much money. But it could be worth doing as a little bit of pocket money. It won't take that long, and it'll bring our other fields into the second stage. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We might be able to double it if we do it on time. So we're doing a nice tractor with a nice spray. You'll get to see what the bigger sprayers are like as well. I love the way he just dumps everything. Like, there you go. Set it up yourself. It's like he drove it over here and then deliberately left it separated so you'd have to do it yourself. It's just crazy. Okay. My pickup may be in the way because this is, when we extend this, it's going to be pretty wide. Let's put the bacon on. And let's have a look. Just how big the sprayer is. Okay. Yeah, you can see. I mean, it's a big field, but that's a big sprayer. There we go. Okay, now if you're going first person on this, which you could, with wheat it's actually hard to see where you're going, but with things like sunflower and corn, you can basically just aim down the line here, and it makes it so much easier to just stay in a straight line. When I'm harvesting wheat, I tend to drift off course quite a bit because there's no straight line that you can follow already. But with this, it's actually easier in first person than it is in third person because you can... You see the center of the nose of the tractor? It's got like a hook point on it. You can just aim that right down the center line and just hold your course like that. And it makes it super easy. The difficulty with these things as ever is turning around and knowing where to turn around to. From a high up point of view, you can actually see the different color of the soil. But if you was on the ground, it would be pretty tricky to judge. If you imagine, like... Imagine getting here and trying to turn around this thing. Look at the spatial awareness you need. And of course, if you had crop destruction turned on, you couldn't drive over this bit either. So I'm trying to work out... I can see roughly where we need to be. It's around about there-ish. There you go. So I can just see the right-hand edge is touching the... But you know, that's by going third person. For a guy doing this for real, I don't know how they do it. Like, I really don't know how they do it. There must be some system they've got. I know farmers have GPS trackers now where they can just... In here, they can just program the GPS and it'll make it a lot easier because it satellite tracks their position and makes it super efficient. But before they had satellite trackers, like, how would you even deal with a sprayer this wide? Right, according to this, top right there, we've got 5 minutes and 15 left. That's not a lot of time, but we are halfway through. And this field is not a rectangle, it's kind of an irregular shape if you look at it. So I'm going to go into third person, and I'm going to get to the end there, turn the sprayer off. And then we're going to try... We're going to have to follow the line diagonally until we reach roughly the edge of where we did up to on the left side there, and then straighten it out. Like that. And that should just leave us with a triangular piece. In the last one when I was harvesting, I felt like I had a ton of time left. I had like 40 minutes left. Or 35 minutes left. In this one, I'm going to be having about 2 minutes left. So I don't suppose my bonus is going to be very big. I do like the bonus thing though, because it means the more efficient you are, the more money you're going to get paid. So as you get better at harvesting and turning around and that kind of thing, just being a better farmer, you're going to earn more money, which is a good thing. Okay, this last bit should be fairly straightforward. Okay, that's almost 100%. It should finish now. There we go. Worth every penny. Nice work. He's got a very strange shaped face. Reward 3,700. Time bonus 2,700. Oh yeah. Well, that's put a bit of money in the bank. Over 5 grand. That basically paid for the jet wash. Now, while we were doing that, it's possible that the field moved on in its growth stage. Let's have a look. Growth. So that's now... That's still on its first stage growth there. That's on its... yes, that's on stage 2. These are on stage 1. So what we can do is press the 7... You see the top right there, the time acceleration? But if we press the 8 key, it changes 5 to 15. And we can press it again. It starts to accelerate time, which you can use to just burn through time a bit to get things on to the next growth stage. So we'll do that. Let's go back to the field. Of course, the visual clue is going to be quite simply that crop there is going to suddenly ping up to its next growth level, so it's going to look like the stuff on the right. And then this stuff here is going to suddenly ping up to its first growth stage, so it will look like that as well. Once that's done, we can get that sprayer to do this next bit. So I'm going to accelerate time one more step, and we'll just wait for that to happen. Well, the sun is setting, and I've accelerated time to its maximum. This thing is taking a bit of time to grow, but you can see, look at the sun, it looks pretty good. If you were sat in your vehicle here, just looking out, a quiet farm, that's a lovely view. Okay, finally, right. So it's now 9 PM. You can see where the sun is. This has now gone to its first stage of growth, so if we look at the overhead, we should be able to see that quite easily. This has all moved on now. And what that means is, if we tab over to the fertilizer, which is this one, we should be able to start the engine. We'll put the lights on, press home key, and we should be able to hire that worker. And as we get out of his way... Okay, can you please stop spraying... Right. Wait. Let's unhire this guy. What's happening now is, because both have now moved on to the next growth stage, this one here on the left is also ready to be fertilized, as well as this bit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get him to start here. Like that. Because that way, what he'll do is he'll do the entire field. What it also means is that on the... Actually, let me just go back a second. Just notice these things have got little lights on them. It's kind of cool. What it also means is this field needs doing, and the field at the top needs doing. So there's a whole lot of fertilization needs to happen. We've only got one fertilizer, that's the problem. I don't really want to buy a second fertilizer, so we'll let him do that. At the moment, there's nothing in particular for us to do, so what I might do, just for a laugh, is we'll buy some chickens. If we go over here, we've got a little chicken coop here. And we've apparently got some chickens. And there's some eggs. If you walk over them, it'll just collect the eggs automatically. The thing is about this, is these chickens don't really cost anything to have. They just produce eggs, but you've got to sell them yourself. You have to go around and collect them. Lovely. So we just run around, hoover up the chicken eggs, and what we then do is we go and sell them. I think that's all of them. Right, so we go and sell them at the... Where is it? Let's turn this off. Grain, plants, sawmill, mill, acres, spinery, bakery, Mary's farm. That's where we'd need to go to sell them. Mary's farm. Let's tab into the pickup. So he's nearly finished that, hasn't he? Once he's finished that, we'll need to get him on the other ones. So we'll quickly drive down to Mary's farm. There's an entrance just down here on the right. There you go, the dirt track on the minimap. So if we go this way, which is there, we'll go and see Mary's house at Mary's farm. She's actually probably got a job to do as well. I'm not sure if we should be doing 70 miles per hour on Mary's farm or whatever. Okay. Mary's farm, here we are. So there's an unloading bay there where we can sell things. And I'm not exactly sure where we go to sell our chicken eggs. She's got a nice little farm. She's inside, but she never comes out the house. This is where you would buy and sell cattle, I believe. Livestock market. There doesn't appear to be one of those helper points, so I don't know where we actually sell the eggs. It seems to have changed since Farm Sim 15. Okay. Well, I don't know where we sell the eggs. There's no sell point here. This is going to be for the field, I think. This is what Mary wants you to do. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's going to pay 44 grand to harvest all that. That's a lot of money. That's Mary. Look at Mary. Yeah, I actually just want to sell some eggs. Because harvesting all that corn would take quite a while. There's usually like a sell point here somewhere. Let's go over here. Nope, there's nothing here. This is weird. Hello? Can we just knock on the door and ask her? Okay, I don't know where we sell the eggs. I'll figure that out for next time. Let's turn the engine off because Helper J is completed. Who's the sprayer guy? So what we'll do is we'll quickly move him. Just raise that up out the way. So it's not worth accelerating time yet, because if we do, what happens is, before you've finished fertilizing all your fields, because we've got this one and that one to do, before you finish doing it, they'll have moved on to another growth cycle, which is a real pain. But yeah, I don't know where we're supposed to sell the eggs then. That is super weird. Let me just double check the pricing. Prices. Mary's farm. Looks like she doesn't buy eggs. In that case, it looks like we need to take eggs somewhere else. Unless we just collect them and it auto sells, but I thought we had to take them somewhere. I'll figure it out for next time. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Yeah, that's a bit of a big job, that one for Mary. I think we'd rather go for a smaller job to get some money while we're waiting. So let's go and have a look at a smaller field. We can also go and shoot some hoops. I've not shown you that yet. While we're waiting for the spraying to be done. Maybe I'll go to Denton Bakery. They would... Surely they need eggs. Let me go to Denton Bakery while we're here, because it's on the way anyway. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, actually. Maybe I got it wrong. It's not Murray that wants the eggs at all. Is this the bakery? Yes, that's the bakery there. No, it looks like the bakery's just got an unload point where you can sell the crop to, but it doesn't actually have a buy point for the eggs. Maybe that's changed now. Not to worry. There's the basketball court, which is what I wanted to show you. So one thing that's new in Farm Sim 17 is the ability to pick things up. Which is useful for things like logs. But it's also useful for things like this. So you can pick this up. And it's basically a portable light source. You can put that down like that. You can throw it with the right mouse button. Or you can just click to put it down. And then you can pick up a ball. Okay, you can pick up a ball. And then right click to shoot. So you can kind of stand here. And then aim roughly there, say. Oh, just underneath. Let me try that again. Let's try about there. Okay, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. Not the first thing you'd think of in a farming game is basketball. But it is here. Just a bit of fun, I guess. Oh my god, I suck. I was getting these absolutely, honestly. Well, I was doing these running jump ones, so you kind of run along and jump like this, and then flick it up like that. And you can get... I actually did get... There's an achievement for this, which I've already got, which you get from the halfway line. Oh, you see like that? You can get a really long shot. But it is pretty difficult. But yeah, that's basketball. Built into Farm Sim. So what else have we got? We've got... behind us, we've got a fuel station. If you run out of fuel, then you can fill up there. But I don't know how you get there if you run out of fuel. Push it, maybe? There's an ATM. Oh, there it is. Look, I see it. It's not even marked on the map. Look at that. That is super cheeky. Can you see that? It's not even on the map. If you're carrying eggs, you can sell them here by simply walking into the symbol. Right, so... $85. There you go, we got for the eggs. Other income. Let me go to the ATM. I'm not even sure what you do at the ATM. Just view the finance screen. Okay. So apparently we've got a loan as well. How much is our loan? 75 grand loan. Blimey. So we're paying interest on that. It's not massively high, but I think we should probably do a job and get rid of some of that loan. Let's have a look at a field around here. Field 18 looks hilariously small. Just down the road here. Let's go and see what they want doing. The dynamic lighting in Farm Sim 17 is just streets ahead of 15. Like it really is. This looks like a fertilization job if ever I saw one. Oh, what a surprise. 2,800. Alright, let's do it. It'll probably take us longer to hook up the equipment than it will to actually just do the job. But 2,000 for such a small field. Can't say no to that. So remember I said to you about the extra tank? Come on, game. There we go. So the extra tank that goes on the front, it basically increases the capacity of the fertilizer. So this is what it looks like. It's got one. Hopefully, won't take too long to do this. It'll be a very quick few $1,000s, which will pay for the workers we've got going. What a strange little patch it is. It's like almost rectangular. So one thing we could do is cheat very slightly and do it like this. Because of the lighting, it is so hard to see what we've actually done, because it's nighttime. I can't see the two shades. But the quicker we can do this, the more money we'll get. Don't think you do it this way in real life, but whatever works. Just gonna run the perimeter and get most of it done. And then we just got the inside bit, and that's gonna net a few thousand. So tomorrow I think we're probably gonna be at the stage where the crop is more or less harvestable. It'll go through its growth phases, so we'll harvest it, and then I think we should have enough money in the bank to not have to sell it, which means we can just put it in the silos and wait for the price to start going up, because it is a supply and demand economy. Like if you just harvest wheat all the time and just sell wheat, then the price will just start to go down. So you do need to diversify. Luckily this thing doesn't want it to be 100%, just close to 100%. So I can roughly see what we've done up to. Just make it out there. There's a subtle shade difference that I can make out. There we go. I knew I could count on you. Have a bonus. I like the way you get almost double the money. That's hilarious. Cool. So that's another, like, over 5 grand in the bank there. Actually, before we do that, let me just tab over and see if... Yep, our sprayer friend is finished. So we've got third and final field to do. I think we might as well just do ourselves, to be honest. And then we can basically just accelerate time and bring it up into the morning. Because, you know, the next phase of this is to get the crop to be harvestable. It might also be worth investing in a bigger trailer, I don't know. Possibly not at the moment because we're not far away from the silo, but as we start to get a bit further away from the silo, it would definitely make sense. Dang it, just missed the edge though. Thing is, although the fertilizer increases the yield, it doesn't show you any visible sign of that. So you can't actually tell by looking at the crop that it has been fertilized. There's no kind of abundancy about it. Get to the end. Turn it around. And then come back the other way. But yeah, if you look at the graphics on 15 to 17, although graphically it's not improved very much, just in terms of lighting, it is so different. Also the multiplayer side of it, I've tested the multiplayer a bit now, and the biggest problem with 15, like the synchronization was horrendous. When somebody joined the server, everybody's game is frozen, and they can't do anything until all the data has been sent to the new client, and then everybody gets released again. It's a very kind of cop-out way of doing multiplayer. There's no other way of phrasing it. I mean, yes, there's a lot of information to communicate, but it's a massive cop-out. So what they've done in 17 is they've optimized it quite a bit. So that when the person joins, it'll be like a few seconds while the data's in exchange. As long as they don't tab out to another vehicle, they'll be able to carry on. Because what it's actually doing behind the scenes is it's synchronizing information close by to the new person and then allowing things to continue. Arguably, that's what it should have done in the first place. When you're already on the server and somebody joins, it now takes like a couple of seconds, as opposed to, you know, I've sat there and waited a minute. I'm not even joking. Because if somebody's got a really bad internet connection and they join your multiplayer, because all the information's being passed around, the slowest connection effectively slows everything down, because all that information still has to go to that client, and then the client has to acknowledge that they've got that information, and then things carry on. Well, in 17, it just synchronizes an awful lot better. So that is a big improvement. But yeah, if you look at that, it's pretty tidy graphics. Not bad at all. I'm getting a rock solid 60 FPS as well, like nothing like the lag I used to have on 15. Okay, right, we're done here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to accelerate time, and in the next episode we'll pick things up in the morning. We might have to do another job, and then I'll be busy harvesting the crop that we've lovingly seeded. So, that's it for this video, guys. Until the next one, take care. Happy farming.